everything from the button can be pretty scary, and a7 can just be a fold. It's a good bluff there by something good. Cold Brian should definitely be shoving there, I think. I would probably shove there. He only has 10 big blinds, I don't know what he's waiting for. I mean, I guess it's not the worst ever to fold, but I would rather a shove. And he can fold out some worse hands too, like, or some better hands, excuse me. Like, he can probably fold out 3s and 4s. I don't think I would ever fold out 5s, though. And he's not going to fold out that many aces, but he's also beating some stronger aces like ace jack, ace queen, ace king. Deuces do come slightly ahead in those races. So if it had been his deuces versus my ace queen, it would have been a close flip, but he would have had a small edge. So now it's break time. I've been talking about a whole smattering of of strategy and going into pretty deep detail on a $5 shootout for whatever reason. It's a little bit more enjoyable to do it when hole cards are facing than to show just another standard video where I could be playing like even a higher buy-in tournament, like a $100 tournament where I make the final table and no one can see my hole cards, or no one can see everyone else's hole cards. And those videos are everywhere. I think this is a fairly unique experience where you get to like see everyone's play and kind of like judge everyone and what they're doing. Frequently, what I've tried to point out so far are people's mistakes, or at least what I view as their mistakes. Poker is obviously an ongoing game of evolution of thought and education. And I'm sure what I'm saying in this video is subject to a lot of change, if not a complete turnaround. Well, not a complete turnaround, but a large turnaround within the next year as I develop my game. It definitely wouldn't like be a huge turnaround, but I definitely can see viewing things quite differently in a year as I get more tournament experience. The one thing I have noticed about tournament players is that on a large scale, they are all very, very, very bad. Cash players just go from being, weak, break-even players to just some of the most incredible human beings on the face of the planet. Whereas tournament players are more on the scale of just being tight and conservative to loose and aggressive and a little bit creative. They don't really break past that mold too much, but then again, they don't really have the opportunity to because play is so short for them. And we are back. Still been fairly card dead and uninteresting to watch so far. But playing tight in the early stages is usually considered to be correct. If you run as hot as some other people like King Crisco, then clearly you can make some things happen, but haven't had the cards to do that. And it looks like another fish is going to hit the rail. It's been an unfortunate string of bust outs so far because all the best players are left behind except for something good. And all the worst players have been eliminated. Obviously, things are going to tend to work out that way, but to this extreme is running probably a little bit bad for me. I just happened to fold the best hand there, but folding ace-9 versus an under the gun raise is probably the best play. And ace-9 isn't even doing that great against jack-king suited anyways, so it's not like I lost a ton of value there. Plus, pushing all in is much better than calling in a marginal situation anyways. And Cold Brian is eliminated and the fish gets some chips, so that was another really good swing. So now it's four-handed and things are really serious because I am the short stack, so I have absolutely nothing to lose. I should be the most aggressive player on the table right now. And yeah, no, I mean, I'm short stack, so it's just like play to win. And blinds are going to hit me really, really fast. Wow. This is unbelievable. If Sun Trios folds, that is just the worst fold ever. Ever. King Queen is such a massive favorite here. There's just no way he should ever be folding, ever. I didn't see the pre-flop action. If I had to speculate, it looks like something good min raised pre-flop. Yeah, that's just the worst play ever by Sun Trios. Just the worst ever. I liked raising because of his small min raise, so that's fine. But raising and then folding to a shove is so bad. There's so many hands that he's beating. Worst case scenario, something good has a set, that's a cooler, and other bad case scenarios, he has ace king, also a cooler. Here, this is a clear shove with sixes. King Crisco's being kind of an idiot because he didn't shove in pre-flop. He should have shoved in pre-flop. So King Crisco obviously tags the weaker player. Just did an extremely amateur move right there. His correct play was to shove in pre-flop, or if he's going to min-raise, he has to min-raise call. He can't really min-raise fold in a situation like that. King Crisco here should probably shove. If he doesn't, that makes him kind of an idiot. He doesn't, so I'm going to go ahead and shove here, I can only imagine, because it's correct to shove ace-4. 10 big blinds deep, or 11 big blinds deep on the button in that situation. Blinds are now moving up. We're four-handed. I'm still the short stack. I have to play very aggressive. Queen 8, although the best hand here is probably a fold statistically. I do not like Sun Trios' play there, min raising 2-6. It's just pretty stupid. Because if King Crisco shoves, he's almost committed to calling. Ace Deuce is a shove here for sure. Considering we're both short stacks. He's not going to have to call anyways, I think. He calls. And he lost. I mean, you get more full deck, but you don't have to call 3-bet if you just shove. Plus, it's unexploitable to shove for less than 10 big blinds effective anyways versus both blinds. So he gets eliminated, and that means one person is left. Or one person's left. One fish is left, one very, very weak regular. I mean, Sun Trios is so bad. He's like yellow, borderline green. That king queen play there was just atrocious that he did earlier. So again, I'm still short stacked and I have a ton of work to do to catch up. These players are both extremely weak though, which is to my advantage, but no matter how bad they are, when you're sitting on 7 big blinds, you really can't do anything. 8-9, I definitely would have shoved had Sun Trios folded, but because Sun Trios min raised, I had to fold 7. I'm trying to raise any button here, but 7 deuce offsuit is just too weak. So I'm trying to find any hand that I can possibly get. 5 queen would probably be a fold if Sun Trios decided to raise. Sun Trios was ahead the entire time and wins the hand. I maybe could have bluffed him, maybe not. Fours here is getting it in no matter what. It's best case scenario to finally have a pocket pair. 6 big blinds deep 3-handed. Something good should probably call. Folding is probably it's close. Folding and calling is probably slightly better there. 5-8 is definitely a fold. These guys have a really weird situation going on right now because they are both fairly deep. They're almost 30 big blinds deep, or yeah, effective. Or, is that 30 big blinds? Yeah, 30 big blinds deep effective, and they have to be really scared because the jump between third to second, although not that much money from an ICM standpoint, is pretty huge in this spot. And they have to be really careful about attacking each other with hands like Ace 10 because Ace 8 King here is a clear shove. They have to be really careful attacking each other because I'm so short and I'm so prone to busting out.